Okay, we're now inside the Vic and I'm with the Landlord and Landlady, which is Dave and Anna. Hiya.
How are you?
Thanks so much for having us here.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to ask you a few questions about the pub in general and about your own beliefs as well inside this pub. How long have you lived here?
We don't actually live here, but we've been here 6 years.
6 years. in
Okay,
December.
so you don't actually stay the night in this place?
No.
Have you
Although
ever
we have,
stayed?
yeah.
Yes.
And regarding spiritual and phenomenal things in that respect, have you had any experience?
No, other than the optics.
Personally.
Other than the optics?
Yeah.
Oh, spirits and the optics. Fantastic. So, do you believe in ghosts?
No, not at all.
You have no spiritual belief at all?
No.
So how do you feel this event's going to turn out then in that respect?
Intrigued, because it's something I don't believe in, but I'm still open. If somebody proves me wrong, then they prove me wrong. And if we hear or see something, then maybe I will believe. But at the moment, no.
So do you feel quite open-minded about what we could possibly find? Do you think there's a chance of us finding anything?
No.
No? Do you know of any stories that are connected to the pub?
Yes, one of our contractors, when we were doing some extension work in the venue, was putting in a new electrical supply, and he was down in the cellar, and he saw what he thought was an old woman, walk through the wall.
Oh, crikey.
And it freaked him out so much he wouldn't go back in there.
Oh, really? So how did they finish the contract and work then?
His fellow contractor went and did it,
Oh, right, so he really wouldn't go down again
Yeah.
after that point.
but not on his own, unless someone was with him.
Has anybody else experienced that?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
No.
What about the staff in the pub? Have they had any experiences at all?
We know of.
We try and keep them so busy they've got no time.
That's fantastic. So, with regards to the history of the property, do you know any history?
We know very little. We've only been here, like I say, nearly 6 years. We have stories and we see old pictures that people bring in of different parts of the pub and how it's changed, but no, we've not a lot of history at all.
So, do you know about do you know when the pub was built, for instance?
No.
No. Okay. So, our researcher has done obviously some research on this place, and he has found out that it was built in the early 1800s. But it was actually built as a pub. So it's been a pub right from the day it was built. This property was built. Although there has been changes to the venue in itself, we've had lots of changes in the rooms, etc. And I believe that you've changed that area out there. Was that changed by you, or was that?
We did some of the
Mainly,
changes.
yeah.
But I mean, there's lots of areas in this pub where you can see it's developed over the years, because you'll go into a tiny little room and there'll be a wooden panel that you'll open up and you'll find the roof of another part of a building that used to be there years ago.
Right,
And there's
okay.
lots of little cubbyholes and little spaces that were obviously parts of other rooms at other times.
So have you been in those places?
No, I'm claustrophobic. But I send Anna in
It's all
there.
those small bits.
Fantastic. So, what do you feel anything in there at all? Do you
No,
feel?
not at all, other than the fact that they're dirty and dusty and are covered in cobwebs and things.
Oh,
That's
right, okay.
it.
Spiders, they're not very nice. Do you like spiders?
I don't mind them.
So again, you're quite fearless in a respect.
In many respects, yeah.
So
She has no choice.
is that living with you?
If things have to be done, they have to be done. So.
So do you anticipate on Sunday? Are you excited, or are you a bit apprehensive? Or are you just not really too worried about the whole
We're
event?
really looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
we are. 'Cause I suppose in some respects it's quite nice sometimes to be proved wrong, or it's quite nice to be proved, nicer to be proved right. And I don't think either of us expected really anything to be found. But if it is, then we're open to the fact that that's the way it is. And if there is something, we'll accept that.
So if we caught a ghost walking across the pub on camera, how do you think you'd feel?
I think I'd say hello and ask them who they were. I mean, I don't think it would worry me the fact that they were there.
Do you think
As long
not
as they buy
living
a drink,
here?
I don't mind.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, of course it is, every time.
Do you think not living here helps you not worry about that sort of thing, or would you not be worried where you were staying anyway?
We've been in here when we've had power cuts. It's pitch black. We've walked in every area of the pub and not felt or sensed anything. Had no qualms about doing it. And as David said, he sends me into all the small holes in the nooks and crannies. Never ever felt anything, so
Brilliant.
it wouldn't worry me at all.
So are you going to join us on the vigils on the evening?
Certainly, yeah, definitely.